this is Sonja from My Happy Space. Welcome back at my channel. Today I want to put a little or make a little tag. This is available in the Illustrated Faith shop and it's all about the 4 gardens in the Bible. It's called The Secret Garden and it's from Tamara Arcilla. She's a designer who did it. And this garden theme in the Bible is something that really has been interested for me quite a long time. She is talking about obviously the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Gethsemane, and then Golgotha. I don't know how she's going to link that with the garden, but interesting to see where that comes from. And then obviously the paradise, heaven, the garden in heaven. So yeah, I'm excited to put this together. I love her style. This is very typical of her style. This is the ephemera you get with it, and this flowers is absolutely gorgeous. I love her. You can just spot her flowers and a style of design from miles. So yeah, there's a physical kit also in the Illustrated Faith shop, and I think it's got even a stamp set and it got washi tape. I'm not 100% sure. So if you want to pick up that, I'll link it down below. Otherwise, the digital kit is also good. So when you get the digital kit, you get the tags like that. It's got 2 on a page. So you just cut it out, and obviously you fold it on top of each other. You stick it, and then you make your little ring tag system, or however you want to use it. If you want to do it, just stuck it in your Bible, that's also good. So I've got my elements out. I've got ribbons. I've got some interesting rope, which I think will go, or twine that will go well with it. I've got some doilies. I might even go through my stash and see if I've got any pattern papers that goes with this, because I want to sort of put it in the tag system. I want to make it a nice and chunky tag so I can do my journaling on there. And I might even do a Bible journaling entry just for myself, just to remember the 4 gardens in the Bible and what the promises is and what the Lord says about that. So yeah, if you're interested to see how am I going to put this together, keep watching and I'll put you on fast forward now. Okay, I've got all my different elements ready. I've got this black and white flowers, which is also from Tamara Arcilla. This prayer card, which is from Alice Scraps, which I will link down below. They're also free of charge. And then I've got loads of Beloved Society girls, which I thought will be an opportunity to use it. And that hymn sheet with the Beloved Society girls. And then I've got various pattern papers, all from Illustrated Faith. Some of them are from Brianna Showalter, some of them are from Brave Little Taylor and Sarah Gleason. I will link them all below if you're interested in picking them up, because it works. I personally think it works perfectly with this sort of collection. And then I've got this tag die cut system, which I got a long time ago, and I think it worked perfectly because there's also a key in the set. And yeah, I'm definitely going to use that. So I'm going to show you my die cut machine. I know sometimes many people know exactly how to use it, but for those who doesn't use it, this is my die cut machine. And you put your base plate at the bottom, and then another plate, which is the plate C in my case. And then you put your die cut pieces on there with a sharp edge at the top, because obviously the paper needs to go through it. So I'm just deciding my 2 tags. I've decided to go for the 2 smaller ones so it can fit in my tag system. And then you take your pattern paper and then you put it on top. You can put washi tape on there just to secure it, but I thought it was safe enough just to put it through there. And then you put your plate B, which is in my case plate B, on top, and then you just manually put it through. And yeah, I don't use my die cut machine as often as I should, but I do. I'm very happy I got it, and it is very useful. And I started making tags for birthday tags just to sell on the side, and I've been using this tag die cut quite a lot, and I picked it up for a really extremely reasonable price. I couldn't believe when I saw it, because these type of die cuts is quite expensive. The ones we can use sort of on a regular basis for quite a lot, like the rings and the ovals. Those I find is a bit more expensive than maybe just a flower or something like that. So yeah, I was very happy when I picked it up. So I'm just showing you, I made another one. This time I decided to put the key with it because there was enough space on the pattern paper. So there's another 2 cards, and there is my first key. And then I realized there's a sort of a little heart also in the inside, which I can use also, which is very handy. So now I've done all my die cutting and I've got my rings. I'm still deciding, am I going to use the big ring or small ring? I ended up putting it through the the big ring first, just to give me a little bit more space, but then I realized afterwards I can actually put it on a smaller ring after I put everything together. So now what you're going to see me do is I'm going to take the first, like a prompt from the little Secret Garden devotional. I'm going to put that first through. And then I'm going to put various of these tags, that prayer request cards through there. And wherever I have an opportunity to decorate something, I will do it. Like, for instance, this is now the second prompt. And then I'm going to just put a little hole in that prayer card. And then I put my third prompt through. So this is what I'm going to do. And then just put the whole a reinforcer on some of them. I don't want to use all of them because I don't have many of these reinforcers. They are quite expensive, so I can't use it up in one go. So I'm just using it for the sort of more thinner cards which might break quickly. Now I've looked afterwards, after I've put this ring tag system together, I looked actually at the prompts, and it was very, very nice to go through them. And I've actually realized that I have been in two of these gardens he's been talking about. About 3 years ago, for you who doesn't know, my mom died about 3 years ago from cancer, and my sister and I decided we want to go to Israel to celebrate her life. That's a place he always wanted to go and visit, so we thought we will do it on behalf of her and just celebrate her life. So obviously when you go to Israel, you go to the Garden of Gethsemane, and that is the one place when you go that you can be 100% sure Jesus was. That garden is more than 2,000 years old. There is even trees that is 2,000 years old, older than that. So that could be very well the trees that Jesus was walking underneath, praying underneath. He often went, as his habit was, to the garden of Gethsemane to pray and to reflect. So that can be very, very sure that that is the right place. Then she's obviously also talking about Golgotha, and she's actually talking about the garden tomb. And I mean, I've also been there. Now, it's not 100% sure that Jesus was buried there at the garden tomb, but the chances is very good. The historians are quite certain that it might be. So yeah, that was also an absolutely lovely experience to be there. It's very touristy and it's very busy, but they sort of sections, tour groups. Often you have a moment of time to reflect and take communion, in a little bit of secluded places. So that was a lovely time to reflect. And obviously you can see the empty tomb, and it's a beautiful garden setting just sort of outside Golgotha. You see the hill of Golgotha while you sit in the garden. Before I go on, I just want to show you what I'm doing. I'm just decorating various with these tags. What I'm doing now at the moment, I've just put some double-sided tape there, and then I'm just folding pieces of material or ribbon on top of each other to create the zigzag pattern. My sewing machine is still not working, so I must really go and let somebody serve it so it can actually work. So I'm just creating my own little ruffle effect. If you don't have a sewing machine, that is a clever way of doing it. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just creating lots of interest, decorating it. Then I'm putting the key on. I'm putting Beloved Society Girl sort of hanging out. I like the fact that it's sort of hanging over the edge, because that makes your tag system interesting. It makes it look nice and full. I'm just basically creating a little taggy sort of there on the one side of that journaling card with some lace, as I said, also just for interest. And there I'm popping a Beloved Society Girl on there. So yeah, as I said, the first garden, which is interesting, which he says, obviously the Garden of Eden, is that interesting that God could have chosen any place to put humankind and to create his world and put the first two people down on earth. And he decided to use a garden, because a garden is such a symbol of growing, of this life, of peace. She's also talking about that beautiful hymn, Come to the Garden Alone in the Morning, which I've journaled recently, which is also one of my favorite hymns. It's just a beautiful, pleasant place of growing. There's always something to look at, and there's peace in the garden. And God decided to start mankind in the garden. And it's interesting that in heaven we have the paradise, the garden, with the tree of life, and also we end our life with eternity also in the heavenly garden. So I'm looking forward to that we start our life in the garden, we end our life in the garden, and in between we have the Garden of Gethsemane, which was a which was a lonely place because Jesus went there and he really prayed and poured his heart out to God. And then also the garden, the tomb garden where he lay to rest, and that is as a symbol of new life and resurrection. So yeah, when you sit in your garden, just think of that it is a beautiful picture of that. So I'm just going to give you now a quick flip through. I didn't show everything I put on because the video would have been a bit too long. But first I'm going to give it a chunky little bow at the top. I've decided to use that bold material, which I thought will work very nicely with this tag system, and a more sort of a subtle brown one, and then also a pink stripy one, which I like very much. It's sort of this faux art type of look. So yeah, I like the fact that it's got a little bow, and then these little longer bits is hanging off there at the bottom. I mean, I just create an interesting look. You can put loads of other things on, like tassels or other little elements on there, but I just decided to keep it like that. Yeah, I think it turned out well. So I'm going to give you a flip through. As I said, some of these obviously you've seen. This is the Garden of Eden. I've just put that butterfly on there, and that's nice. It gives definitions also, and I've put that ruffle on there. This bit you've seen me. And as I said, I've used quite a lot of the illustrated 5 Beloved Girls. I just thought that will work well. And there was sort of one of them which had lots of purple girls. So there I just put a little tag or little sort of, yeah, interesting thing there. And this flowers is absolutely beautiful. And Garden of Gethsemane now there. And as I said, I like the fact that these flowers are sort of hanging over, great interesting elements. There's another little tag there, another Beloved Society girl, and the small little tag is coming with the ephemera. And I've made another little interesting tag there at the bottom. I'm not a big fan of skulls, but I can understand why you put it there. I should have probably put it with the Golgotha section. There's the black and white flowers, which is very nice. And it's nice that there's different sizes and shapes in this tag system. There's bigger ones, there's smaller ones. And I just like all the elements. A doily there. I love this Beloved Society girl with the hat. And this is one of my favorite ones. And I've put one of that ribbon at the back. Another Beloved Society hymn girl. Put some of this lace at the bottom of the Garden of Gethsemane. There's one of my tags I made with a key. There's another ruffle element at the bottom. I just put some more ribbon there at the bottom. Some more ribbon there at the bottom. One of the keys over there. There's a lot of journaling space, and I'm looking forward to look at all the verses and just the prompts he's putting there, you know. And yeah, I just love how it turned out. As I said, I like it nice and chunky. I've got a little place where I hang all my tag systems on, so I can see it sort of when it's done. So I hope you enjoyed this entry. As I said, I will leave all the details down below if you're interested in picking up this devotion, the physical or the printable one. If you like this video, please give it a like. I'd really appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider so. I'd love to have you as part of this have my happy space family. You must have a fantastic day. Lots of love. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.